You can't hear them, but the horses are clicking away. It's always a beautiful sound here in the village of P.E.H Pueblo. Welcome to Mark Bayeski YouTube channel, guys. What a beautiful morning it is. Very busy morning, very busy week, very busy 2 weeks. Working it away. Most of you already probably know that the website has been under maintenance. The reason why is because we've had a barrage of attacks from all over the world. Apparently somebody's tried to hack us 200,000 times over the past few weeks, and these things happen. I'm not really into any of it, but I'm leaving it all to a new bunch of technical people who know what they're doing. So we're creating a new website now, which is basically on a different platform. So we'll be safe and everything will be fine. Nothing actually happened anyway. It's just that we want to be extra careful and extra safe, apparently. So I'm doing all the right things. I've got the best company, one of these best companies in the world, looking after it, so it's great. And the website is going to have a little bit of a refaced lift. Anyway, shut up, Mark. Get on with today's subject. Today's subject is how do we get over heartbreak? Of course, the reason why I'm talking like this is a few of you will be listening. Thanks for contacting me, guys. Yeah, I guess I've got quite a vast amount of knowledge and experience over heartbreak, not only personally, but through all my clients over the 13 years now of reading for them and trying to come to the understanding of heartbreak and looking at it in a slightly different way than other readers used to do. A lot of readers tend to err with one side or another. I'm not saying all, but I'm saying a lot of them. And a good reader, a good empath, a good, I suppose a good soul really, would never go one way or another. They should always stand back and see it from all points of view. So that's what I used to do, and I always used to bring forward the clarity rather than looking at whatever my clients are feeling, the pain and the suffering and the blame, or blaming themselves or blaming others, or why this happened. I think it's so important when we go through heartbreak that we should not only look at ourselves and them, but look at the whole picture, look at everything. And it's really interesting because we tend to focus more on the pain and suffering than our future. And what we do is then focus and we put all our attention on the wrong things. Heartache is a very, very painful part of the journey, and I think we all experience it. So how do we overcome heartbreak? Well, I don't believe in time. I don't believe there's such thing as time in that sense. But as you move forward in life, things ease. One of two reasons. One, you can't carry that burden all the time. It's too much for you and your body screams and says enough is enough. Or in time you learn to see the beauty of everything else in life, so your focus is no longer on the pain and suffering that you lived. So eventually heartache always dissipates. It may still be a memory inside you of what if, and all of those fears and thoughts and disappointments and expectations, because that's what makes up heartbreak, unfortunately. Yes, you will argue the point that you had a connection with somebody. Of course you did, but the connection was for the time that you were there. So you're fighting with believing that the connection that you had should have been for the rest of your life, and that's the mindset, that's the mind programming, that's what your expectations were. When in fact, really, the time that we share together with any one single beautiful person is that beautiful moment that we experience, we learn, we grow from each other. And we should really, in truth, celebrate it rather than feel pain and suffering and all the what ifs and the blame. Because, when you're sat in front of me telling me all the bad things about this person, I can't help but thinking, but you fell in love with them. You love them now. You love them with all your heart. And all this pain and all this anger basically is almost like a defense mechanism to try and release you of the pain. But that never happens neither. So when you fight, when you argue, and when you point the fingers, it doesn't heal. You don't heal from that. The only way you can heal from heartbreak, in truth, is to accept everything as it was meant to be. It is always good for somebody from the outside who doesn't know anything about it to be able to look in and tell you a lot about the person. So for instance, what I used to do is when I used to read for somebody, I used to say, please don't say anything. And then I would start to read for their partners or ex-partners and explain where they were at that given moment and why their actions took place. And to be honest, after a full reading, everybody really got it. It was like, okay, now I understand. And what I mean by that is, there wasn't me pointing fingers. It was me saying, look, this was your partner. This is where they were. This is what their journey was. This is how they felt. And then they realized it was never anything about them. You see, most of the time, what we confuse with heartbreak is the suffering. And the suffering is our belief system that we weren't good enough. So they've left us. And that's an absolute utter nonsense at its highest degree. It really is. So, like I said, the bigger picture is always that we agreed to come here to share those very beautiful moments that we walk together for the moment that we say, okay, we walk this far, but then we move in our own direction. That is the moment where we consider it to be a challenge or a test, to see if we're strong enough to believe in ourselves more than the pain and suffering of others and a situation. Do you see what I mean? Any given situation that you go through, whether it's heartbreak or whether it's attack from somebody else or whether it's your mother or father who doesn't love you or doesn't care, all of these things are all tests to show or for you, your higher spirit, to say, hey, you are more important than this issue. There's a good mantra for you. I am more important than any issues that come into my life. What a beautiful mantra, isn't it? I'm going to write that down. And the reason why is because ultimately that is what gets you through this. And that is not ego. This isn't talking about me being selfish. This is me talking to you about, look at yourself now. Ask yourself, is anybody or any issue in your life now more important than you? Because I can guarantee you, if you go into your heart and listen, your heart will say, I am the most important thing in my life. I mean, why do you think you came here? Oh, I came here to have heartbreak and live the rest of my life in heartbreak. No! You came to feel it and grow stronger than it and say, you know what, that was lovely, great, thanks very much, I've learnt for that, let's move on. Boom! You grow stronger. So, the mind will always say, well, you must suffer. You've got to suffer or else that relationship didn't mean anything. No, be quiet. Stop. That's not true. I'm more important than the relationship, and the relationship was amazing. We had a great time. He made a mistake. I may have made a mistake, or whatever you want to call it, because there's no such thing as mistakes, right? They were exactly as they were meant to be to help you along your journey. So when you come to me in past years and says, oh, I fall in love with somebody else, or I feel something for somebody else, or he feels something for somebody else, or he doesn't love me anymore, they're all stepping stones. They're actually not the issue. They're not the problem. In fact, there isn't an issue. There isn't a problem. All there is your journey. And that's just another part of your journey. So if you want to make it personal, go ahead. Suffer. Suffer. Yeah, but he did this. He did that. Yeah, you keep suffering. You keep hurting your beautiful self. As long as you want. The Buddha said, pain is inevitable in this life, but suffering is optional. It's my favourite saying in the whole world, because it is optional. You don't need to suffer a moment longer. So right now, if you've been suffering anything, whether it's abuse, whether it's somebody has ripped your heart apart, whether somebody's done the worst things in the world, I want you to now stop. And whatever it is that makes you feel bad about your past, ask yourself this. Is that pain more important than your happiness and your beautiful future from this next step you take? Do you want to suffer another one more step of your life because of that? Listen to your heart, because I swear it's saying no. There is so much more beautiful, amazing magic coming into your life right now. I promise you, if you just tell your mind to stop and say, I have suffered enough. I have done what I need to do. I don't need to feel this pain anymore. This pain is coming from you. It's not coming from anywhere else. It's coming from my mind, you. I need to clear that now and begin and make today the first day of the rest of your life. And then watch your miracles come in, and then watch somebody comes into your life, and then you'll look back and say, my God, thank you for that. Because if it wasn't for that happening, I would never be with the person that I am now, who I love, who's made me feel more wonderful than ever before. But don't make the same mistake again. The person that you're with is there for the time that they're meant to be with. Don't take anything for granted. Don't ever think it's forever. Don't ever say this is it now. Just say every day, I am blessed to be with the person that I'm with when they come into your life, and enjoy every moment. But don't expect. Don't imprison them. Don't imprison yourself. Be a free, beautiful spirit, but love that person with all your heart. You commit yourself with love, but not with demands, not with expectations. Hey, I'm speaking about your future now, because this is going to come and this is happening. And I promise you, if you're listening to this now, get ready for your miracles, because today you are now clearing away all your pain and suffering that you felt you needed to feel. And that's okay. That's okay. We all go through that. But hey, make a change now. Come on with me. Let it all go. And watch and see how amazing your future is going to turn out to be. It's going to be amazing. It is, I promise. Okay, guys, I hope I helped you a little bit with heartache and heartbreak. Just a word. Let it go. And bring in love into your life today. Have a great day from the Pure Energy Healing Academy, guys. Love you all. Looking forward to seeing you all in September in Bali as well. Really excited. I think there's one place left now, so all you need to do is go to www.hearthealingretreat.com. Okay, guys, see you there, or see you there on video, because you know I like to put videos wherever I am in the world. Okay, I've babbled on enough. Have a great day. It's exciting. Catch this.